Hey everybody, Steve Eveleth here, and we'll talk a little bit about the start to finish process from the day you stop making payments on your home till the bank actually forecloses, and a little bit about that process. First of all, it's going to take 90 to 120 days of not making payments before the bank files what's called an NOD, which is Notice of Default. And then from there, it's going to take about another 3 months for the bank to set a sale date at the auction. And then usually by the time they set a sale date, it's usually about another 3 months out from there. So you're looking at about 3 to 4 months before a Notice of Default is filed, and then usually about another 6 months before there's actually a sale date set for the property. Now there's several things you can do to prolong and postpone the sale date of your property. A lot of times I'm seeing sale dates get postponed 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8 times before the bank actually sells the property. In most cases, the banks really work with you as much as possible. They're not just going to sell your property out from under you. You have to seriously avoid their phone calls, not take their calls at all, and just basically not respond to them whatsoever. And if you've moved out of the property and it's vacant, they have a tendency to come in and foreclose and set the sale date and sell it quicker. So there's several things you can do to postpone your sale date. Okay, you can do a short sale, obviously, hire a real estate agent, come in, put the home up for sale. Short sale takes anywhere from 4 to 6 months to get through, usually a month or two to get an offer. A lot of buyers are staying away from short sales. At the same time, short sales are going through quicker now, and the banks do have their system down. So some buyers, there's buyers out there that will pursue short sales, especially if it's in the entry-level market. There's not a lot of inventory out there in the nice areas for entry-level market, so buyers will pursue short sales more often now. So short sale can prolong your sale date. You can also pick up the phone when the banks are calling you 10 times a day, let them know that you want to do a loan modification, and start getting your paperwork together for the loan modification. Now the loan modification in itself can take a year to a year and a half to get a loan modification through. I've actually got a couple properties of my own personally that I've been trying to get loan modifications on, and it's been a year, year and a half, and I'm still giving them paperwork. You know, you send in your paperwork, 30 days later they tell you they need this or that, you send them this or that, 30 days later they tell you they need something else. It's just a really, really long process. But meanwhile, you get to stay in your home all that time and not make a payment and save money, which is advantageous. Another way to prolong your sale date is to do a bankruptcy. That'll postpone your sale date at least 3 to 4 months. If you're going to do a bankruptcy, do the bankruptcy the day or the day before of the sale date. That way you've actually stayed in your home as long as you possibly can before you do your BK, and then you get that extra 3 or 4 months to stay in the home. So basically what we've covered is how long it takes for the Notice of Default, 3 to 4 months, and then another 6 months to set a sale date. So if you do not respond to the bank at all, that's not pick up their phone, not try to get a loan mod, don't do a BK, don't do a short sale, and there is a sale date set, sometimes the bank will still postpone the sale date a month or two to even give you ample amount of time. If you still don't respond, the home will come out on the auction courthouse steps, and it will either get bought by investors if the opening bid is low enough to where there's equity in the property and it's worth it for the investors to buy the property and come in and fix it up or flip it or do what they do. If the opening bid is too high, or if it's just at about market value for the home, that nobody will bid on it, none of the investors at the courthouse steps, and it will go back to the bank, and the bank will buy it back for the opening bid amount, and it will become an REO, so it will be assigned to the bank's listing agent. Listing agent will come knocking at your door probably within 2 to 3 days of the day that it was sold, and you can also find out if your home is sold by getting the trustee information, and you can always contact me for that. I can give you the trustee sale number and the phone number. You can call them the day of the sale, see if it's been sold. So once the REO agent comes and knocks at your door, if it goes back to the bank, they'll offer you cash for keys. You can always get cash for keys. It's generally about 1% of the current market value of the home. So if the home's worth $350,000, generally you can probably get $3,500 cash for keys and get about 30 days to move out. You can also, if you're a tenant in the property, you can exercise your tenant's rights and not accept the cash for keys and stay in the home for up to 90 days. However, the banks will start the eviction process. You have an eviction on your credit, so it's usually most people want to accept the cash for keys. Now, if the investors buy it from the auction, the investor will come knock at your door or send somebody over and offer you basically the same thing, cash for keys, figure out how long you need to stay in the home or how long you want to stay in the home and try to negotiate something with you. So those are all the different things in the time periods that from the minute you miss payments and NOD, how the home, the process of the home going into foreclosure, all the options of prolonging the sale date, staying in the home as long as possible. I'm seeing people stay in their homes these days for 2, I even know some people 3 years. Hey, if you get denied for the loan modification, you simply tell them, hey, I got a new job next week, start the whole process over and keep reapplying for the loan modification. Short sales are really good to do because they save your credit and you can purchase again in 2 to 3 years versus 5 years from a foreclosure. So there's a lot of different things you can do. I'm going to stop rambling on. Have a great day. I hope there was something that you learned from this video that I helped you with. Then you can always call me, Steve Eveleth, 925-487-2246. You can always visit my website, steveshomesearch.com, and I hope this information was helpful for you, and have a great day.